So we got a little story time here.
Story time.
Earlier this summer, I get a call. Do you want to come to this event that we're gonna do in Minneapolis? It's called Rebel Show Run. Formula One cars, rally car, and all these different cars, and they're gonna just do burnouts and donuts and just rip down these streets. Holy smokes, that sounds like a ton of fun. Like, why wouldn't I want to go, right? Another message. We're trying to figure out how to give this kind of a Minnesota flavor. And we were thinking, we're like, what's more Minnesota than snowmobiles in LaVallee? Woo! I'm like, well, obviously there's no snow, so we're gonna have to do something with wheel skis and kind of an asphalt setup. I think it'd be cool to jump over an F1 car.
You serious?
What we went down with is like, I could probably flat land it as low as they are. And so they talked to the Formula One guys and they said they need a safe zone of 50 feet, 5 feet tall. That's the area an F1 car needs to be able to blow donuts and in a safe manner. So I'm like, well, I could easily jump. So some time goes by.
3 weeks later.
So there we are, we're coming up 4 weeks out, and I talked to my Red Bull guy and I just said, I need to know like right now if we're doing this, because I got to figure out what ramp I'm going to use. And I'm going to have to redo that ramp and get it all prettied up because they've been sitting for years. I got to figure out like what sled I'm going to use. I've never jumped to like asphalt, flat landed. I've jumped to asphalt, landed super hard. I've never done it where it was like just perfectly flat and all these different variables, and on top of that, having a car underneath it. So he says, yep, just plan on doing it. Keep moving forward. I go out in the boneyard and I start looking through these ramps, and I got a bunch of different ramps, and I'm like, man, these things are all meant to do backflips off. They ain't meant to go long and lean. And I'm going, man, we're gonna have to strip these things down, replywood them.
You all want to see why I married Levi? Oh, who needs a skid steer to move a ramp? Big, strong man.
I'm thinking, who can help me? There wasn't much things that came in mind. It's all hands on deck. So I got the kids and Kristen, my wife, and we just went to it. We stripped them down.
You need grab ear protection and an impact.
The kids, everyone painted them, and we got these ramps ready to rock. But here's the final, right here. There they are. We've got 2 ramps. There's one of them. There's the other, a little bit mellower. The concern is this going to be too steep, way too high? Because remember, I have to land on pavement in the street. Makes everything kind of tricky. But we're going to do some testing here. The next thing is we got to figure out how to practice. So I'm like, well, I'm going to just try it right to grass. So I just lined it up on the dirt road, jumped out into the grass. I figured it'd be a softer landing, a good way to test, you know, and we had to figure out like, how am I going to be able to get above 5 feet above, 50 foot long. So I made these like high jump type ribbons so I could jump over to measure that. We got that to work. Like, I got to practice the asphalt. And I'm like thinking about my options there. I'm friends with the folks at BIR, International Drag Racing, you know, track over there in Brainerd. I said, can we come over and test? And they said, absolutely. So we went over there today and tested. Boys from Polaris came down from Roseau. It's legit when you got to get the big ass channel lock. I had a sled I had to bring to Roseau and said, hey, like, let's make this thing into an asphalt jumper. And so they went to work beefing it up, you know, making the thing heavy duty enough to take that kind of impact. So all this happens, we still don't know if we're actually gonna be able to do this. I felt really confident that we could. What? It all hinged on whether the F1 team was okay with me jumping over the car, because I mean, the car is worth gobs of money, and they definitely don't want anyone landing on it. Welcome to what I think is gonna be a good idea. And then 2, David Coulthard, the legend, who's driving it, he's thinking, well, I made it through a full F1 career, and now I'm gonna get landed on by a snowmobile and get wiped out? No way.
Stop it. Get some help.
We're not doing anything till we see it in person. And I'm like, oh, man. We're at Andrew Carlson's. That's right, that's a track in the front yard. This is so cool. So we're gonna do a little, we're gonna do some go-kart racing. They got a bunch of content creators and they're gonna go out and rip around with us. My car just goes wide open. It's loose! Loose is fast! Loose is fast! I'm getting smoked out, carbon monoxide from Andrew! Ah! What was that? This was a couple years old. It said 14,600 cans. We've eclipsed the 15,000 mark now. Need a hand? It's okay, you just watch me struggle. Think I can do this?
I bet you can.
We're actually bringing this.
Oh. Oh man. Oh man! Gotta get to the lead! Ah! I'm gonna rail the outside! It was a stuck throttle! Stuck throttle! I was told I could hold the outside, so I was going for the W. Last turn, it was Days of Thunder. I could see it, cold trickle, railing the outside, the checker just ahead, and then I went off in the grass, spun out, didn't even finish. But I went out in a blaze of glory.
Oh my gosh! Look how low you are in there.
Holy moly!
This was a great idea right up till it wasn't.
Yeah, great.
2 inches high. I don't know who leveled this. We're 2 inches high here, we're an inch high over there. Downtown Minneapolis, we're trying to figure out the ramp setup. So we're gonna have the ramp somewhere about where we are now, and then in that intersection, hopefully there'll be somebody blowing donuts or doing a burnout that I'll jump over. If not, I'm just gonna jump. Right? The goal is for me to jump. Yeah, it's not safe.
Should have had it down by now.
Real mature boys.
Ain't got a clue. How to claim a virtue.
I don't have electric start. I thought maybe they'd realize I'm getting older, you know? All this compression. So it was literally the morning of. They're like, okay, test jump. And I literally did some speed test, and I just cranked that thing downtown Minneapolis to test it. And fortunately it went well, and they were like, heck yeah. They gave me the thumbs up, so game on. I mean, I guess, did you guys see everything you wanted to see? You guys feel good about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
recording, and I got people talking to me in my ear, so I have a hard time even concentrating when somebody's not talking to me. David Coulthard is going off on me.
I had 120 coming down here. Yep. I was on the chip in third. Through a red light at 120.
Feeling good, a little nervy. It's right before showtime. Let's do this.
When can we go during the live show? And we had a deal where it was, you know, if David had a go-to guy and he was standing off to the side, and once he started the donut and felt safe with it, he gave me the like tap on his head thing. Then I take off and just hope I keep her straight. And sure enough, I was able to launch that sucker right over him in. Man, it was so awesome. So awesome just to be able to jump over a Formula One car with so many people. I mean, they said there was close to 50,000 people there watching, and it was so awesome to be able to do that with the US Bank Stadium in the background. I mean, it was definitely one that I'll remember for the rest of my life.
What do you think, man? Oh, that was so awesome. Pretty cool. I'm a little bit choked up, speechless from just taking in the moment that this is. So awesome.
Overall, another amazing experience. I keep, you know, kind of pinching myself because I've been able to do so many cool things and just make so many amazing memories. It's kind of unreal. It's unreal to even think that we're still doing it. So very cool thing. Hey, you guys, I really appreciate you watching. You know, remember to subscribe. If you got any questions or thoughts or anything, put them in the comments. And hey, I can't wait. We got a lot of fun things coming this winter, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. So stick around. We'll see ya. Bye now.